Okay, welcome to the Independence Live office. I'm here with Duncan and Margaret Spears, and we're going to be talking about the petition to implement safety at the Clydeside. Now, Duncan and Margaret, this is quite a harrowing story for you. Maybe
the cordon onto Christopher's side, which was the safe side of the cordon. Christopher spoke to the couple for a couple of minutes. They went away and then Christopher proceeded down to the water's edge, where then the two officers came down on the opposite side of the fence and spoke to him and asked him to move on, turned their backs on him and walked away and went up to their cabin where they would sit. When they turned their backs on him, he proceeded to climb the fence at the water's edge because he wanted over to the Tradeston Bridge so that he could get home, but he slipped, and when he slipped he grabbed onto the bottom rail of the fence. He was hanging over at the Clydeside. The officers eventually heard him shouting for help and they came running down but couldn't get over the cordon. They had to run around and to try and find a lifebelt to fling it in to try and save Christopher. Whilst they were doing that, the male officer could not climb over the cordon fence, which was a Harris fencing, so he started to pull it apart from the bottom upwards, and somehow, I don't know how, but he managed to get through, but Christopher slipped into the water before he got through. Christopher was in the water, then they eventually got the lifebelt and they threw it into the water. For some reason Christopher could not reach it. There wouldn't be a rope on that lifebelt for that to be pulled back, to be tried again. The officer then proceeded. Christopher was down at the pontoon side of the bridge, and the officer tried to get down the pontoon down to near the water, but there was a press button keypad that had to be pressed before he could gain entry to that area. He phoned the appropriate person to get that number. They were giving him the number, but it would not work. So by the time all of this was taken, Christopher drifted out, and within, I've been told, 10 minutes, Christopher was gone.
so that's 10 minutes and we couldn't get another life belt out to him.
So then we were told that then more police came along in their vans, and I don't know if it was them, but they had throw ropes with the
With a life
boy.
preserver on it.
They were throwing that in, they could see him in the middle somewhere. So they were throwing that in, and then the helicopter came, but a lot of emergency services, but they still couldn't get him. They tried to get him, but that was in vain. That was Friday the 29th of January 2016. It went in over a midnight. Christopher's partner reported him missing on the Saturday. I didn't know he was missing until Saturday night, because his friends thought that he might turn up. So on the Sunday morning I was really worried and concerned, and I knew there was something wrong. You just know. So on the Sunday evening, about 6:15, I think it was, the police officers came in to tell me, I thought they were coming in to tell me that Christopher had been found. I hadn't known at that time all of this had happened till afterwards. And the police officers came in and told me that what had happened, but his body had not been brought out until the Sunday afternoon. George Parsonage was the one that brought him out the water, and he had taken great care and respect with Christopher. After that, then there proceeded to be a whole perk were involved because the police were there. So there was a big investigation because of the police were there to see if they had failed in a duty of care. That turned out in the end that they had not. My husband and I tried to take it a little further, but were told that that was the end of it, as they hadn't failed in anything. This year, earlier on this year, where we had more strength, we set up the petition, and anyone can sign the petition. We have 875 signatures on it just now, and we have paper signatures as well.
It's 200 and
makes it up to about just over 1,000 signatures. Before we done the petition, it soon came to light that there weren't ropes attached to the life belts so that multiple throws could be made into someone in the water. Hopefully the person could get it at some point, even if they could be pulled out. The other thing that we noticed with going down there is that there was no warning signs to warn anyone of any of the dangers of the Clyde. That is another thing that we are asking for, and we've put the letter into the council, and we have had some councillors who are willing to help us with that.
Councillor Graham Campbell, Martin McElroy.
Yeah,
And we've also got an MSP involved, that's Ivan McKay, but sadly, because he's been moved up the cabinet, that he's had to take a step back from this. But he's also made himself available if we need to speak to him. And the campaign is all about the safety at the Clydeside, because there's too many people over and in. And we, as a family, we're devastated. We know how the other people must feel. And what we're looking for isn't a lot. We're not asking for a lot. We're just asking for a bit of safety, so that they can do it and get it done. And I think Graham Campbell is doing a tremendous job. He came up to see us in the house, and he's got involved, and he's going to see somebody at the council for us. He set up a meeting with, I think it's Andy, is it Andy? Waddle. Andy Waddle is the person's name, in 2 weeks' time. So Graham's going to let us know how we got on with that. And Graham's going to work with Martin, who's a Labour MP, councillor, sorry. And they're going to work cross-party and get this done. Well, hopefully they'll get something done, because it's ridiculous the amount of people in.
I'm absolutely shocked for what you've actually said. You know, your son was so close. You know, but throwing out the life ring, and it misses by a little bit. The flowing water takes it away, but there's no rope to give it another go. That is so outrageous. Yes. Frightening. I wasn't aware of this issue until we got in contact, and you've talked about it. Incredible. You know, I'm not sure what the figures are for people, you know, but that is something that could have been avoided, and that must be so frustrating for you. And absolutely, this needs to change. We need more equipment, safety rings, with rope, without a doubt, more often. And you know, I looked at the photographs that you sent. As you can see, there was none.
That's right.
The other side, you know, both sides of the Bendy Bridge, as it's called, and the Tradeston Bridge. Shocked.
I think if there was signs up, it'd be.
No signs.
That's it, I know. And if there were signs up, somebody else might think twice about climbing or sitting on the fence or walking along, as some people do, walk along the wall on the bigger bridges. And there's a lot of kids, teenagers, climb up the middle part of the Squiggly Bridge. They run up it, jump off it. There's nothing there to say that that isn't safe to do that. And people will do things.
Yeah.
Ropes are needed and will be used, and the warning signs will let people know that it is unsafe, you know, to do these things.
See, I phoned the council, I actually phoned them myself a couple of days ago, and I got a man on the phone, Mr. Smith, and he says to me, under no circumstances, he told me that would we get this done. Little did I know that he just works for the council. He's got no authority to speak on behalf of the council, he's just a council worker. So I proceeded to ask him to give me his phone number, his boss. I phoned his boss, and his boss says he shouldn't be speaking to you. He's got no authority, he's not got my authority to speak to you, and he's not got authority to speak in the way he did to us. I had my wife upset that night. She was upset, having nightmares because of this and because of what he said. And so I proceeded to tell him that, and he says to me, don't worry about it, we'll get him sorted. But to get back to what we're needing, the life belts are there, they're doing their job, but there must be ropes put on them so they can get multi-throws.
It seems like such an obvious thing. I mean, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, you throw one out in the Clyde.
Aye.
With the flowing water.
Aye.
It's just ridiculous.
There's no way to get them. There's no way to get it back for a second try.
Yeah.
Now, if you're fit enough, you could maybe try 3 or 4 attempts if you've got the rope. We're not asking for new life buoys. The rope can be attached to the ones that's already there. This is what we're saying to the councillors. This is what we're saying to water safety, who's in the council. This is what we're saying to everybody. They can be put on there. They did have it at one time, but they done away with it, saying that there was too much people nicking ropes and it wasn't feasible. But can we bring them back? Because this is what is, I'm not going to say that it's going to save lives, but we'll give a fighting chance if somebody's in the water.
Even if they put up signs saying, you know, please do not touch, this is, you know, hugely important, do not vandalise, this is to save lives.
Yes.
You know, to make people aware, it's just not, oh, there's a rope with a, you know, put something up.
Yeah, and they may have to put something up, that a penalty or something like that.
Yeah.
They would get that if they stole the rope or tampered with it or something like that.
What we were asking for, and we spoke to Ivan about this, is just get the ropes put on it, and we speak to George Parsonage, and he says to us that the ropes are a good idea, but he would like to see multicoloured rope, so if you are caught by any chance, if you've got rope on you and it corresponds with the rope that's put on the life belts, then you should be fine, or something should be put in place. Maybe community service where you've got to replace ropes that maybe other people have damaged, so that it'll prevent this. Well, hopefully it might prevent, might help people think twice about it.
This is a very urgent matter.
It is.
Very urgent matter, because it's, you know, it will happen again. Right, and it's, you know, I'm dumbfounded about this with the rope. You know, surely they can get the finger out, you know, Glasgow City Council, and get this done as soon as possible.
Yes.
I would say.
The signs, as you pointed out, there isn't any signs down there. There isn't at all. You walk along that from the green to the exhibition centre, there is not one signage. And I don't know if there's any signage further, but I don't think there is. I'm under the illusion that there isn't any more signage.
They should have signage for each one where the you know, the safety rings are. They should have a sign for each one. Please do not touch. Penalty, whatever. And also, please don't touch.
Glasgow could lead the way in this.
Yeah.
They could lead the way for the full of Scotland to follow. Some down the Thames, they've got safety, and somebody we were speaking to says that over in Ireland they have got the ropes on the belts. Why can't, if they've got it, why can't Glasgow have it? Let's roll it all out in Scotland. Let's start with Glasgow first.
Absolutely.
And then roll it out across Scotland. And I'm telling you, it would.
So this could be more than just a Glasgow City Council issue, it's a Scottish Government issue at the end of the day.
But at the moment it's got to start.
Yeah, it's got to start somewhere.
Glasgow's got to start it off. Somebody's got to start it off. And why not Glasgow lead the way? But we're good at building ships. We're good shipbuilding. We've got good people who live in Glasgow. Let's get together and let's get this done. Let's get the council and let's let the council get it done. Because I think that's terrible.
You know, that should be a priority. Do you know the figures at all?
No, I do not. I try to get the figures, that's another thing.
Yeah.
I try to get the figures, but I couldn't get them.
Right.
There's nobody seems to can get them. I don't know who's got them. I think maybe the police and the fire brigade service, the rescue.
Those figures should be available. Should be.
But I've hunted and I've just come across. Well, there's no figures to be gotten. I wish I could.
They need those figures because, you know, to judge how well you know, the rings, you know, once they get it sorted, which hopefully will be as soon as, right? That, you know, to measure the success.
Of course.
You know, but
I'm not saying it's like, we're hoping it's, if we even save one person through this,
of course,
it's one person and one family maybe not need to go through what we're going through. Us, our other families, we're dying inside. I mean, we're doing this today. We go home tonight, you're going to be exhausted, my wife's going to be exhausted, and it's just so preventable. I'm not saying that the life belts and the ropes save multiple lives, but if it just saves one person from happening, then so be it. And the signage we asked for was to put warning signs up, that deep water warning signs, which you don't have either. And penalties for if you touch the ropes, if you can get them on it, get them on the life belts, so that people all know that, look, don't mess with us. And what we're asking for as well, Kevin, is we're asking for a rope company to help us out with a multicoloured rope, so that if somebody's caught with this rope, it's only so that it can come back to life preserving. So that it corresponds with, we know that, and the police will know, and other people will know that it belongs to a life safety equipment, such as the belts. So if they're found with it, they're going to have to explain. And
so it's like branded, branded ropes, in case it gets nicked or whatever, or it's, you know, there's some kind of accident, you know where it's
you know where it's came from. Somebody's used it on their car, or somebody's using it as a skipping rope for their kids.
That can't be that, come on, that can't be that difficult, you know, to brand a rope and a number on it, to ID it as being part of where it's came from. That is, well, definitely not rocket science.
No.
So, you know, again, I'm dumbfounded with this.
I know, but the same as everyone else that we've spoken to, it is this belief that these things aren't in place.
That's it. I mean, it's just Glasgow.
And why isn't it? Aye.
You know.
Yes.
And you know, I wonder how many other places.
It's not just Glasgow. It's
could be throughout Scotland.
This took.
They don't know.
Cities, towns with rivers.
This took a devastation for us.
Yeah.
We've always thought that, like, when people are dying in the Clyde, it's a horrible, horrible thing. But it's took us to lose a son to come up and fight. It took us 2.5 years to get to where we are. This is 2.5 years this year. It took us this time to get here, to get the petition up. We'll no back to reality. We'll never be the same. There's always a part of it's lost, and we'll never forgive him. We'll never forget, and we'll never forget him. And if we can get this done, it'd be tremendous. His life wouldn't go in vain. Yeah. You know, it means that he's not died. He's not died in vain, and he's helped us. It's him that's pushing us along, it's his memory that's pushing us along. I mean, it's hard to get up in the morning, it's hard to get dressed, it's hard to get ready, and it's hard to keep going and fighting this petition, but you have to do it, and I think he's behind us, pushing us all the way. I've got to go to a graveyard, well, we've got to go to a graveyard every Sunday. You shouldn't need to go to a graveyard for your son. You know, and if maybe, just maybe, if these are implemented, who's to say that says another family? You know what I mean, grieving like the way we're grieving.
Well, so, you know, I mean, as we talked about, throughout Scotland, that would be a fitting memory. If there was a policy in place by the Scottish Government to really look at this all over Scotland and you know, start off with Glasgow, get it done. It should be Glasgow.
Let's Glasgow.
Like everybody else that's just heard about this, they'll be shocked that you know, you just assume these safety things would have been there. You know, to find out they're not.
I'd like anybody, I'd like some people, if they can, to take the time and go down to Clydeside, or remember if they've visited the Clydeside and they've not noticed any signs, please let your counsellor know, fight this. Go to your counsellors, let them know that you've seen this and there aren't any on it. It's just so that we get back up as well. That way we've got good people behind us, we're lucky, we've got friends and people like yourself who have asked us to come along today to speak and to get our point across. And if it wasn't for you guys, and the guys out there, and Graham Campbell and others, we wouldn't really get any far.
Can I ask you, is the mainstream media not picked up on this? at all? I mean,
No, we've not been on TV, we've been in the Evening Times. This is where the campaign kicked off, the Evening
Right.
Times. Something else happened up at Liss, but I'll not get into that now because it's not about this campaign, but that's how we end up getting into the papers. We used that to our advantage to talk about the campaign. It was, the thing that happened up in Liss was, I don't want to get into it because
No.
I don't want.
Basically, it's just we've got a memory tree and a memory bench up at Liss for Christopher. Somebody destroyed the bench, and a kind-hearted person from the Milton, Alec O'Kane, made us a new bench. But we do have that bench sitting outside our house, and the lady from the Evening Times found out about that, and she wanted to do the story on that. So we done that, and we told her all about this, and so there was 2 stories, one about getting the bench, another one was about what we're talking about today. So we had done that, and the bench that was broken up in Liss, nice person John who lives up there, works up there, made us a new bench for up there.
So the heads, this is the
So
reason
that's
why
how-
we end up in the papers.
Yeah, and that's how the Evening Times came
Uh-huh.
about.
So that's it, Kevin, that's how we came about it. I didn't want to speak about it because I think that it would maybe put some people off saying, no, this is how they get in the Times, this is how, no, this isn't, this, the reason we're not only here for our son, we're here for other people
yeah,
as well.
absolutely.
I would like to think that,
We're here in disbelief that the safety the safety ropes and the safety signs are not there. We only came to realise after that happened to Christopher that they weren't there.
I just
You
repeat,
know, and that is just unbelievable to me, and that's why
shocking.
we're here.
I just repeat what you said earlier on, right? So the policeman threw out the safety ring,
Yes.
okay?
Uh-huh.
The son couldn't reach it,
Mm-hmm.
the Clyde's taken it away,
Mm-hmm.
right? And there was no rope to pull back in the safety ring to try again. And that is just beyond belief. So there's a lot that can be done, and this isn't too difficult to implement,
Uh-huh.
really,
Uh-huh.
right? You know, safety equipment there, with rope, with signage, I would say next to each one of these things, right?
Uh-huh.
To say, please, this is to save lives, do not take a damage.
Uh-huh.
You know, you could have it in the memory of your son, so,
Uh-huh.
right? Petition or something, right, to really get the message across. I can't thank you enough for coming in.
That's alright.
You know, to talk about this. It's obviously very painful experience, but you know, let's do this for your son, and you know, get it going in Glasgow, and roll it out Scotland wide to relevant places that need it, right?
Uh-huh. That would be magical if we could do that.
Yeah, that would be a great thing.
But Glasgow's got to lead the way on this. They've got to.
Absolutely.
They've just.
The councillors that
Got
are
to.
helping out couldn't believe it either.
No, I mean, I'm
You know.
shocked. You know.
I know there's accidents and there's people sadly takes their own lives.
Yeah.
But I think where we could maybe, if you can get to somebody in time, with the rope bubbles, with the lifebuoy, if you can toss it out and pull it back multiple times, if you've got the energy to do it,
Yeah.
you could maybe reach somebody.
When they're in the water, either way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
When I was talking to George about this, he says to me, there's more accidents at the Clydeside as well. He says, and something's got to be done about it. And he says,
Why isn't it? Again, you know, I'm really interested in the figures.
I don't know,
Yes,
it's
you
just,
can't
You
get them
are trying
anywhere.
to find them. You can find
Yes.
surely like you know, Ivan, a Graham, and Martin, people that are helping you out here, right? There must be figures.
There must be somewhere out there. But
Or
even,
maybe there's not, maybe nobody's compiling this. There should be.
well, after that happened to our son, I hate to mention it, but there was another 3 people went in after him.
Dear me, yeah.
So at the same, round about the same
Yeah.
area. That's 3 not long after our son. That's
Wow.
three lives
Yeah.
lost as well. And there's no signage, no warning signs up saying like deep water or
Yeah.
anything like that. And I'd like to see that as well, if they could, because I went and bought a signage. I never bought it today, but I should have. Off the internet, I forget a meeting with the council, I'm going to take it there and show them. And it wasn't there, it was only about a £5 or something like that. And it shows you, it says danger deep water. So if you can implement some signage like that as well, that'd be excellent.
Because
Yeah.
people will sit on the fence,
Well, sadly
you
there's
know, and walk along the walls
Mm.
on the bigger bridges where it's like
Yeah.
that, and you know, and lose balance, and these things have happened.
And the wind, etc.
Uh-huh,
You know,
uh-huh.
gusts of wind
Uh-huh.
takes you off.
Aye.
So if you're watching this and you can help, or you know people that can help in any way, you know, please get in
Yeah,
contact.
that'd be brilliant.
And how can people get in contact with you actually?
Well,
Is there any, if people watching this wanted to, you know, talk to you for any reason? Or,
aye, you can answer that.
I'm thinking about it now.
Or you can contact you directly on your Facebook.
Yes.
so you're on,
So Margaret
Facebook.
Spears and a picture of a son
right.
is a profile picture.
So Margaret Spears on
Facebook.
On
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yes,
And-
you can do that.
If you want to sign the petition's on 38 degrees.
30 degrees.
It's
38.
called Saving Lives.
Saving lives. So
Uh-huh.
maybe if people were to even Google it, saving lives,
Yeah,
they'll get it on
Glasgow or something,
Uh-huh.
and you'll find it. If we get the link, we'll try and put it up on the various
Yeah.
live streams.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But this is going out to Twitter, YouTube, a live stream channel, and our Facebook page.
It's been absolutely
So
brilliant.
we'll try and get the link out once we get it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
This has been absolutely brilliant. These guys coming on board, I mean, it means a lot to us. You
It's
know,
about raising awareness as well.
we're all
Oh,
wanting to say gold,
absolutely.
you know what I
It's
mean?
about raising awareness, you know.
Just re-educating
Yeah.
the councillors and things like that.
It's lackadaisical, isn't it? Like to,
You've got to remember, it's not also people that stay in Glasgow, it's the visitors to Glasgow.
yeah.
This could
It's
happen to as well,
Mhm.
because there's no safety signs up.
Mhm.
And they could easily sit on the fence and fall over.
Mhm.
That's the main part of the Glasgow city centre. A wee bit further on, there may be some bits where there's no fence at all. One person had told me, I think it was a way back when it happened to Christopher, the girl, they were just walking along, no fence, it's just a bank, and the girl slipped in. So there is other parts of it,
Yeah.
which I've no seen, so I don't know
Yeah.
what like it is, but I was told that.
Can I just say something? We have get the Clifford involved in this. They have given us a letter of support. We have got other people supporting us as well.
Local
Local businessman and
Donny Shaw,
and
and the person who runs the fibromyalgia group.
they've given us a letter. So
She's gave us a letter all supporting.
it's just a supportive letters, just saying that they support the campaign, they think it's good. You know, and it's just, I'd like to thank all of everybody